Sorry, I'm getting calls. So I'm posting it in the group also. I've shared. If anybody are unable to join, few people say that they are unable to join. Okay. So for their benefit, I just start. So it is YouTube live streaming is started. They can join in the YouTube. I'll post it in the group. Okay. 1 minute. Just give me some time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Sorry, I have shared that link in the group also. So they can directly join on the YouTube live so that I started streaming on YouTube also. Okay. So if anybody are unable to join here, they can join YouTube streaming. So, so why we thought of having a separate constitution and a written constitution also? The committee report, what I mean, Nehru committee report says self-governance aspirations. We were having self-governance aspirations in 1928. We didn't get that independence. Okay, clarity and certainty in governance, how to rule. We required clarity. So Britishers, there was no clarity, there was no constitution. So they were doing whatever they want arbitrarily. So same thing, end of arbitrary colonial rule also. Same thing, they are taking their decisions the way it is advantage to them. They were not always doing justice. So today, if it is good for them, they are doing. If it is bad for them, tomorrow they are doing different thing. Okay. So same time, there were no fundamental rights. There was no freedom. So there was no freedom of speech, freedom of property. All those things were never given as a right. Okay, so to protection of fundamental rights is also one of the point they have raised in that doctrine, I mean report. And equality among provinces and communities. This is very important. There were so many provinces, princely states, all those things. So India in 1998 never thought that all princely states will join in the country. So there were a lot of provinces. So they don't know how the country will be divided, how it will be formed. But there will be different communities, different castes, different sexes, different rich people, poor people. So here itself in 1928, they made this point very clear that there should be equality among provinces and communities also. Okay, then there it is some international inspiration was also there in that report. Based on that, report is prepared. Okay, and then in 1946, British told that they are going to give freedom to India. So Constituent Assembly was formed under the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. Constituent Assembly is, there were a lot of, as I told, local bodies and local assemblies, local governing in local states or provinces. So each such province, princely state, they have sent one representatives. So there were 389 members from all those princely states, local provinces, all those places. Total 389 members represented the Constituent Assembly. Each place one person was representing. Okay. After partition, since Pakistan is separated, all the representatives from that part of the partition, whatever princely states or whatever the provinces in the Pakistan area and Bangladesh area, so they were around 90. They have left as that one. So after partition, the members were 299. So this representation from provinces, prince states, and all communities also. Only a single objective to frame the supreme law of independent India, that is Constitution of India. Their objective was very clear. So they have come together as a representative from all provinces, prince states, and other communities also to frame Constitution of India. So that the reason they have chosen everyone, so that it will be balanced. It will be equality will be there for everyone. So every part of the country will have a voice contribution in the preparation of the constitution. It is not decided by one single person. So it is voice of all people all over the country. Representatives of those people came together, formed a constituent assembly, and they are all intellectuals. Okay, so they have come together and they started working on preparation of the constitution, how it should be, all those things, the guidelines framework they have given. Okay. The Constituent Assembly was headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who went on to become the President of India. So he was President from 1946 till the adoption of the Constitution in 1950. The first meeting, all those things are formalities. So B.N. Rao was the constitutional advisor. He did a heavy drafting groundwork before it went to the drafting committee. Drafting committee was headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. So they may ask this question also. Remember this thing. The Constitution came into force on 26 November 1950. The Constituent Assembly dissolved itself. Okay. On 26 January 1950, the Constituent Assembly dissolved itself because the duty of the Constituent Assembly when it is formed was to draft only Constitution. But Constitution came into existence, but there was no government in the country. There were no elections were conducted. Elections are to be conducted based on the Constitution only. So Constitution came into existence newly. So it will take some time for the formation of election commission, conducting elections, all those things. So for that gap of 1 year or 1.5 years, the Constitution Assembly is itself converted into parliament. It is more like a joint parliament. Joint parliament like Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha coming together. So for that 1.5 year, they were taking the all calls, conducting the elections, all those things were taken care by this provisional parliament for that gap period of 1.5 year, whatever it is the period, till the elections are conducted in first general elections in 1952. So the drafting committee chairman was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was appointed on 29th August 1947 after we got independence on 15th August. That is day after tomorrow is our Independence Day. So on 15th August, we got independence 1947. 29th August, that is around 14 days after that, India already, they were background work was done since 1946. Once we got the independence, the drafting committee was formed and the chairman, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, was appointed. Okay, apart from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, there were 7 members tasked with converting the objectives into legal provisions. See, the objectives were given by Constituent Assembly and also some direction is given in 1928 report. That is the reason I was referring to 1928 report. 1928 report came because they were opposing Simon Commission, Rowlatt Commission, all those things. They were against those things. So the 1928 report gave some direction how the constitution should be. And Constituent Assembly followed those report. Based on that one, they have given some directions and objectives of converting those things into legal provisions. They wanted to make it a strong, legally binding. So that role is given to the drafting committee. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman. Other members were N. Gopalswamy Iyengar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi, Syed Muhammad Saudullah, B.L. Mittal. He resigned, replaced by N. Madhav Rao, and D.P. Kaitan. He was replaced by T.T. Krishnamacharya after his death. Okay, so the members, there were 7 members, 2 members changed, one due to ill health and one is due to death. So there were 7 new people, Mr. Madhav Rao and T.T. Krishnamacharya, they joined later to that drafting committee. Okay. So why I'm telling that? Because you should understand how constitution came into existence so that you will relate those things with the provisions. Why fundamental rights were necessary, why fundamental duties were necessary, why president role is necessary, why parliament, all those things, unless you understand, because though they were arbitrary earlier, since they were arbitrary rule in British control, so we wanted something concrete. Until unless it is written, until unless it is solid, we cannot follow it. So if it is not written, then they can amend as they like. So they made provisions how to amend the constitution also. Okay, I'll come to that later. So constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. The salient features are, it is written and a very lengthy document. Okay, you know how many sections, all those things in the constitution? So there were, I mean, I had to check it and tell you. So constitution, there is 395, I think. 1 minute, I'll just give exact figure. I don't want to give a wrong figure. So I'll check and give.
Sir, 395 articles.
Yeah, 395 articles are there. Okay. So thank you. So there were more than 115 amendments, 120 amendments over the last 75 years. So it is blend of rigidity and flexibility. Constitution is rigid in some extent and flexibility in the sense that based on the time, based on the changes in the civilization, based on the improvement in the thoughts, technologies, all those things, keeping those things in mind, constitution can be amended, changed to suit the requirements of the current generation. That way it is flexible. Same time it is rigid, so that there are certain provisions which they are not allowed to change. Like fundamental rights, they cannot change it so easily. Okay, basic structure of the constitution, they can never change it. Okay, so there are certain things which are very rigid, which protects the country, which protects the rights of the citizens. Same time, to support the growth of the country, support the latest technologies, latest developments, they should keep it flexible. They cannot keep it rigid so that it will hamper the growth. So they made it flexible, allowing it to make amendments based on the requirements and changing in the situations. Okay, the same situation what it was in 1947 is not the same thing in 2025, right? So they keep on evolving over the period. Constitution is also evolving. They are making amendments based on the requirements and based on the learnings, based on the problems they are facing over the period. They may not see, everything cannot be foreseen, right? So there are certain aspects which they haven't foreseen in 1947, which they have come into existence. They saw that problem in 1970, 1980, 1990. Accordingly, they have changed the provisions. Okay. Then independent judiciary and judicial review, that is very important. Judiciary is independent. So judicial review is any legislation passed by the parliament, judicial review is there. So if it is beyond any provision of the constitution, then judiciary will stop that. Okay. Adult suffrage. Adult suffrage is voting. Let us say simple, every adult in the country, irrespective of caste, irrespective of their creed, okay, irrespective of their creed, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their money, anybody, age, sex, handicap, non-handicap, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, there is no discrimination. Anyone who is above 18 years as of now, they are given right to vote. They are given right to elect their own representative. So majority of the people above 18 years can elect their own representative. Okay, so that is advantage. That is because before independence there was voting system was there, but it was given to few people. So Muslims could vote for Muslim people only, Hindus could vote for Hindus people only forward caste people were given votes. Some SC, STs were restricted from voting. So there were a lot of restrictions, some provisional, princely state, there was no elections itself, it was monarchy. So there were a lot of disturbances, lot of inconsistencies. So to make it consistent, every single individual who is above 18 years in India, they were having right to vote. Okay, no discrimination in that particular thing. Then Another the important thing is, see, these are conceptual questions. Adult suffrage and single citizenship also. Single citizenship also you can expect a question. See, single citizenship and dual citizenship means in America there is United States of America. Then there is a state, let us say California. So every individual will have two citizenships. He will be citizen of California. He will be citizen of United States of America. Similarly, in India, I am from Telangana, so I don't have any separate citizenship for Telangana and separate citizenship for India. So I'll be citizen of only India. So that is single citizenship. We are be having only single citizenship and no state citizenship is given. So anyone in India, they will get only single citizenship irrespective which state you belong, which federal place you belong. There is no separate citizenship for state wise. So every place, any place you can travel, any place you can visit, you can buy property, whatever you want to do. India is one country. So citizenship is single only. Then another thing India constitution gives is fundamental rights, directive principles, fundamental duties. These are the unique concepts of Indian constitution. No other constitution gives these things. So Indian constitution, they explicitly mention rights of citizens of India. So another important thing, fundamental rights are given only to citizens of India, not all the residents of India. Anybody who comes to the India, they will not enjoy fundamental rights. They may ask this question also. Keep in mind, fundamental rights are only available to citizens of India. Okay. So right to freedom, all those things are there. But these things, they cannot, these are given by the Constitution of India. So basic structure of Indian Constitution, I'll come to this later. Okay. We'll go to this preamble, then go to basic structure.
Sir, for Jammu and Kashmir, there will be dual citizenship.
Huh? I couldn't get you.
In Jammu and Kashmir, people having a dual citizenship.
No, they were giving Indian passport only. They were not having dual citizenship. There is dual constitution earlier. Okay. So Jammu and Kashmir, they were having separate fact. They were having separate constitution. Okay.
But
they were not having separate passports. No passport for Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. They were carrying Indian passports only. Okay. Citizenship was from India only. So now we are coming to the introduction. Preamble means the introduction to the statute. So constitution is one of the law, that is statute. So preamble is the first thing. It is the introduction. What ideals and goals, what is the thing the Constituent Assembly or the legislature who passed this Constitution of India, they were intending to achieve from the Constitution. What they want to give to the people, what they want it to look like is the preamble. Okay. And the preamble, you have to be, see, preamble, it is there in the BEAR Act also. You can carry this one. The question they will ask from the question, one question from preamble also. It's very simple. You just open that, just go through it carefully. You will see justice, where is equality mentioned, where is liberty is mentioned, what are there in the liberty. They can ask some whatever question they want. Okay. So they may jumble the lines and they may ask which is the correct way it is mentioned, something like that. Okay. So they can ask any question. Just open the first page of the BEAR Act. You can see this preamble. Just see whichever is correct answer. You can choose that one. So, but to understand, I'll explain. Okay. Preamble means the introduction of the statute. It contains ideals and goals which the legislature is intending to achieve. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, faith, worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. Okay, so they will ask which order. Last time I remember they asked question which order this is given: justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, liberty, justice, equality, fraternity, liberty, justice. So they asked this question: what is the order of the things? Okay, so or what are the mentioned in the justice? So they can ask any such questions. Just open the BER Act, you can do this. So this constitution, actually, it is passed in Constituent Assembly on the 26th November 1949, but it came into existence on 26th January. After 2 months only, it has come in December, January. After 2 months, it became effective, but it is passed on 26th day of November 1949. So if you get a question, don't be in a hurry to tick 26th January 1950. When was a constitution enacted? Okay. When was constitution enacted? Constitution was enacted on 26th November 1949. Okay. Enacted. Passed in the Constituent Assembly. Okay. It became effective from 26th January. Okay. So this is small confusion. They may ask in a hurry, you may write 26th January 1950. You think that you wrote it correct. But you should be very careful. Don't worry. You open the BER Act and read. Everywhere in every act, such thing will be there. When this act is enacted and when this act will come implemented. So those two things will be mentioned in almost every act. Okay. So don't be in a hurry. Even on the page itself, say, let us say, CPC 1908, it will be there. So you know that CPC 1908, but it may have been passed in 1907 itself, the civil procedure. Okay. So which date, everything will be there in the act. You can open the first page, you will see there. So don't be in a hurry to write answers. These questions are from BER Act. A lot of people think that these are not from BER Act. It is from BER Act only. It will be in the first page itself. Okay. So these are the things. It is because we, the people of India, because it is Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly is nothing but representative of all areas of the people. They have sent representatives to the Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly is like mini India. All representatives were there and they have come together. So they told, we, the people of India, we have resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Socialist and secular were added later with an amendment. We'll come to that later. Okay. Earlier it was sovereign, democratic republic. Socialist and secular were added through a amendment. Okay. I'll tell you the amendment. I'll open the BER Act and when it is amended, I'll just check and tell you.
42, sir.
42, na? Very good. Smart people ready with BER Acts. Okay, good. It is helping me, right? I'm very poor in remembering the numbers, actually. Yeah, 42nd Amendment, 1976. Okay. So these two things were added. Okay. Now we'll go to basic structure of the Constitution. Okay. I think we should have made it earlier. Okay. Nothing, no problem. Okay. The basic structure of the Indian Constitution is not something explicitly written in the Constitution itself. Nowhere it is written, this is the basic structure of the Constitution. Okay. It is the judicial doctrine evolved by the Supreme Court. It is a judicial doctrine. Remember these things. Okay. Because India, we are having a independent judiciary. So Supreme Court told that it is evolved from the judgments of Supreme Court. This particular word, basic structure, was evolved from the judgments of the Supreme Court because of various legislations passed by the Parliament. So if any such legislation which was against the basic structure of the Constitution, where in the Constitution it is not defined, so if it is against, the Supreme Court will time period, it will say which is basic structure, because it is not defined. They can add anything and they can remove anything. So there is no straight jacket for those things. But most of the things I'll talk in the next slide. So it is the judicial doctrine evolved by the Supreme Court to ensure the Parliament cannot amend or destroy the Constitution's fundamental identity. So there is some fundamental identity to the Indian Constitution. That is the basic structure. So Supreme Court made it very clear. Parliament cannot enact any or amend anything which will destroy the fundamentality of the Constitution. Okay. So it is the safety law. The judiciary put on the constitution to stop any government from pulling out of its core pillar. So out of pillar, the structure, basic structure, they cannot do some jugaad and come out with new law. So the basic structure, it started very seriously from the Kesavanand Bharti case. We'll discuss about this case. It is very important. They asked this question at least out of 15, 20 exams, at least 10 times they might have asked about this case Kesavanand Bharti versus State of Kerala. This is the case where first basic structure of the constitution evolved. Okay. Parliament can amend any part of the constitution under Article 368, but it cannot alter the basic structure or essential features of the constitution. This is the thing the judgment gave. It is the biggest bench, constitution bench in the parliament, in the Supreme Court. So till date, that is the biggest bench. So Kesavanand Bharti and State versus State of Kerala in 1973. So constitution, same times when it is rigid, I told it is flexible also. Under Article 368, Parliament is having power to amend any part of the Constitution. But same time, Parliament cannot pass anything which is against the basic structure of the Constitution. Okay. So what is basic structure of the Constitution? We are all confused. Okay. So we should not question the supremacy of Constitution. Parliament will never become supreme over the Constitution. Okay. That is the basic structure. So now President cannot become bigger than Constitution. Constitution is bigger than anything in the country. Parliament cannot become bigger than Constitution. No law in India can become bigger than Constitution. So supremacy of the Constitution. Constitution is supreme. So anything should be in compliance of the Constitution only. The government should run in compliance of the Constitution. New laws, old laws, whatever it is, it should be in compliance of the Constitution only. Okay, same time, any amendment should not disturb sovereign democratic and republican form of government. So you cannot bring dictatorship, you cannot bring monarchy in the country, you cannot say I am surrendering some states of India to some other country. Okay, so those things you cannot do. Then secularism, country as a India government should not have any caste, creed. They cannot follow anything. So it should be secular, it should be neutral to any caste. So all castes should be treated equally in the country. Separation of powers between legislature, executive and judiciary. So legislature cannot say that we are abolishing judiciary, we are abolishing executive, or executive cannot say that I am abolishing legislature. It happened sometimes. Okay, legislature is abolished by executive, that is the president rule is imposed on some states. So there are certain exceptions are there. Then emergency was also proclaimed earlier. There are so exceptions are there, of course. So there is very clear legislature, executive, judiciary, they should play very clear. So, but any given time, judiciary was independent even during emergency time also. So that is the strength of India. India survived 75 years or 80 years of independence just because we are having independent judiciary, whereas other country, neighboring country who got independence along with us, so they were struggling. They were not having, even though they had similar constitution and the Constituent Assembly was part of Indian Constituent Assembly till 1947. Same people went there. They wanted similar government except about religion. All other things were given similar things, but they couldn't maintain that rigidity because judiciary was not independent. Okay, people were taking control of the these things. So that is the issue. India, any given time, judiciary was independent. Rule of law. So law is above everything. Law should be implemented. Individuals are second to law only. It will be equal to everyone. So law is same to me. Law is same to the Prime Minister of India. Law is same to the Ambani, Adani, whoever he may be. Law is law. It is same to everyone. So as per law only, everything should be implemented. If he commits wrong, he will be punished. If I am committing the wrong, I will be punished. You cannot say that he will be exempted because he is a very rich person. No. He is a high caste person. No. He is low caste person. No. Law is same for everyone. Rule of law prevails over everything. So judicial review, what I told, power of the courts to strike down unconstitutional acts, and there is very powerful review is there. Federalism, state government is separate. Then central government is separate. Suddenly it cannot say it will be presidential form of government. All those things, it will be very difficult. That is the foundation of that's what I'm talking, basic structure of India. So they cannot say, no, we are removing, abolishing all the states. It will be presidential form there will be only presidents, no states in the country. They cannot do that. So it is a federal form of government. There will be states, there will be center, states will be ruled. State is having separate powers. Powers are given in the schedules. The state central government powers are given. All those things are very clearly written in schedules and the constitution of the India. Okay. Then parliamentary form of government, fundamental rights are given. So fundamental rights cannot be disturbed. Harmony between fundamental rights and directive principles, unity and integrity of the nation is never compromised. So these are the main elements of the basic structure. It can become bigger, smaller, based Supreme Court is having rights. Okay. So those things you cannot disturb. You cannot make any amendments in the parliament which is disturbing this basic structure. So basic structure is flexible, but these are the main things which are taken based on the judgments. Nowhere it is mentioned in parliament or in constitution or anywhere. These are the basic structure because of over the judgments based on these specific acts. We have made a list of some things where we define these are the basic structure. That's what, not an exhaustive list. These have been identified over many judgments. So a lot of judgments were given. Based on those judgments, we have identified basic structure of the constitution. So any parliament cannot go which will disturb the basic structure of the constitution. No amendment is valid. Okay. So now we'll just do two parts. They are not so important, but just for one or two questions will be asked. Okay. So section 1, it will be asked that what is the name and territory of the union. Okay. So you can just go through the BEAR Act. It is part 1, section 1. So it is called so and so. I'll just open the BEAR Act and read it for you. So they will ask this question also. What does India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states? This will be a question. They will ask a question. I mean, you can expect a question. There were questions on this particular thing earlier also. India, that is Bharat. Okay, Bharat, that is India. They may ask whatever it is. So what section says India, Bharat, whatever is, they can ask. Okay, so they have defined in this particular article 1 about name and territory of the union. Okay, then the states and the territories thereof shall be specified in the first schedule. There is a first schedule. What are the states? All those things are specified there. The territory of India shall comprise the territories of all the states, the union territories specified in the first schedule, such other territories as may be acquired over the period, like Arunachal Pradesh was not part of India. It became part of India later. It was ruled by a king. So he want to join India. Like Bhutan is ruled by a king. They are friendly with India. So Bhutan foreign policy is taken care by India. So Arunachal Pradesh foreign policy was also taken care by India earlier. So China, this is the reason they dispute Arunachal Pradesh, because they joined India, I think 1970, 1980, sometime in that period, Arunachal Pradesh is joined in India. Okay. So new states can join. Let us say Bhutan can join. If India wants, Sri Lanka can join in India. So that is the provisions. But India cannot leave any other territory. So admission section, Article 2 says admission or establishment of new states. So new states can be formed based on the Article 2. So like Telangana is formed by the powers given in the Article 2. Sikkim is also associated with the union. Sikkim is with the union in 1975. Okay, Sikkim is so to be associated with the union. Sikkim was also not part. So in 1975, it has become part of India in 1975. Then Article 3 says formation of new states and alteration of areas. Any alteration boundaries between the states based on the Article 3 they can do. Parliament is having powers to do that. Okay. So Article 4 is about laws made under Article 2 or 3 are provided and amendment in the first and fourth schedule of the Constitution. It is supplemental. Okay. This is Article 1 to 4. You can go through the BEAR Acts. Just it will be no concept questions are asked. It is purely based act. So if you see, when I'll show you the BEAR Act also. So index is very important. There are certain parts. So you have to remember those parts accordingly. It will be easy for you to remember part 1, part 2, part 3, what are there in the part, so that immediately you can go fundamental rights, you can straight away go to part 3. So if they ask about directive principles, it is part 4. So just go to part 4, directive principles. You can search in that specific area only. So you can fundamental right, those up to fund directive principles also you can remember easily, because it is very clear. Beyond directive principle, then it is union, all those things will come. So it will be very easy. Just 2-3 times if you go through that order, you can remember. So what will come after which? So it will be easy for you to refer the bare acts. So bare acts should be referred first. Go to index, then go to article. Don't go keep on searching pages. Search from index only. Okay. So once you understand concept, you will know which part of the question it is. I mean, whether it is belong to the union, or whether it belongs to the state, or whether it belongs to directive principles, or whether it belongs to fundamental rights. So you can go to that specific part. So just search for those 4-5 articles. Accordingly, you can answer those things. Then citizenship. Citizenship is from Article 5 to 11. Okay. Then Article 5 to 11 is citizenship. How citizen is the person who enjoys full civil and political rights. This is another important thing. Only citizen can enjoy full civil and political rights. Then India is for single citizenship. So how to acquire citizenship is given. So citizenship by birth, citizenship by parents born, all those things are given between Article 5 and 11. So you can just go through those articles, bare acts, just it will be asked only from the bare act, these particular questions. Okay. So just go through the bare act. I don't want to waste your time by explaining, reading just bare acts. Okay. If you are having any specific doubt, you can put them in the comments, or you can put me in my WhatsApp. Next session, we can ask anything till this subject up to Article 11, and the session what we have gone through. You can ask questions. I'll share this PDF of the presentation in the group also. Okay. So I'll try to share. Okay. And this is the Constitution of India, soft copy, bare act. So this is the index. Okay. So you should be very comfortable. I shared that index. I'll also share you that one page index also separately. I'll see if I'm having, I think I'll be having that. I'll, yeah, I'll share this instead of that one. It will be better. So these are the articles. So there are 22 parts and 395 articles. There are 12 schedules. So preamble is the introduction. So union and territories is part 1. Just it is very easy. I'll share this page. So you can just over the period, once you are going through this, just single page itself, you will understand the order, how the constitution is structured. Okay. So the union and its territories, then comes to citizenship. Part 3 is fundamental rights. Part 4 is directive principles of state policy. 4A is fundamental duties. Part 5 is union. Part 6 is the state. See here, you can, there is some similarity. It is very easy where you can, Article 52 starts from union. Article 152 starts from the state. Okay. So, say, let us say president is given, I will just go through the bare act where president starts. The president of India is Article 52. Okay. So 153 is governor of states. So after 101. So powers of the states, power of the union. So 101. So almost 100, 101, between 90 to 110, you can find state and union relations. I mean articles. Then after union, it comes states, then union territories. It is in the order. You remember, this is simple thing. First is preamble, union and territories, citizenship is about acquiring, those things are basic things. Then the serious thing starts from part 3, that is fundamental rights. Part 4 is directive principles. Part 4A is fundamental duties. Part 5 is union. Part 6 is the state. Part 7 is removed actually. So 7, it is removed. I didn't mention here. Part 7 is removed. So part 8 is union territories. Part 9 is the panchayats. Part 9A is municipalities. Part 9B is cooperative societies. Okay. Then part 10 is scheduled and tribal areas. Here, every part of the structure is defined. Union, state, panchayats, up to lowest level. Tribal areas also, cooperative societies also defined there. Then it comes to, from 11, it is relations between union and states. Okay. Then finance, property, contracts and suits, trade, commerce, intercourse, share, services under union and states, tribunals, elections. Okay. Special provisions. So these are little bit confusing. So over the period, once you see this, till 10, it is standard. 10, up to even 12, it is standard. You can expect, okay, all these things are in order. Most of the questions will come from this 10 parts or 12 parts only. It will not go beyond. Only few questions, 1 or 2 questions, sometimes they ask from emergency and those things. Okay. Official language, they ask questions sometimes. Okay. But most of the questions are from the first 12 parts only. So this is a structure. I'll share this page also, so that it will be easy for you to memorize. You can take a printout, you can carry them, go through it multiple times in these 10 days, so that you can remember those things. Next time, you can straight away, okay, when they were asking about president, straight away you can, okay, it is in the 5th part, 52 sections to 151 articles. Okay, 52 articles to 151 articles. Anything related to union, like parliament, president, vice president, all those things, prime minister, everything, cabinet, everything will be there. Same thing, state, 152 to 37. Then union territories. What is union territories? Everything will be there in the specific, what we say, articles and parts. So it will be easy for you to search in the examination. It will become faster. You can do it instead of wasting time to locate where exactly it is there. It will be easy. Just go through that one, because you know very well which part of it is. Just look into the bare act. I show you the bare act, as I told. But here it is bare act is here, right? So whenever there is any question, so you can answer at least out of 35 to 40 questions will be the bare act. Out of the 40 questions, 20 questions you can act. I'm talking about all subjects. You can answer from the index itself. So if any question is asked, just you can look here. What is which article is equality before law? What article 14 says? So they will give 4 or 5 options. Just go to the index, take Article 14, equality before law, you just tick that one. You need not go open the BEAR Act, go to Article 14, read it, no need. From the index itself, you can ask some, answer certain questions. Okay. Directive principles of state policy, from which article to which article? So these are the things you can answer from index itself. So here, election of vice president, which article mentions about election of vice president? Okay, generally they ask about the president. So you can say 66. What is the term of office of vice president? So just go to, now here, if the term of office of vice president you are not sure, just go to that article, open that article 66, see in the index where is term of office of vice president, because you know where is union mentioned. In the union, president comes, next is vice president. So go to that vice president. It will take another 20-25 seconds more. Just go to that page. You will see what is the term of office of the vice president. How is vice president elected? All those things you will you can identify from the BEAR Act. So you go to index, then you can go to BEAR Acts. Okay. So here, that's all for the today. You can. So you are having any questions? You can ask. I'm just stopping the recording. You are having any questions? You can ask.
No, sir, no questions. Everything is clear.
Okay. So shall we end the session?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Good night. So
Good
if
night.
you are having any questions and about the timing also, you can. Well, I'll just try to share it. So this presentation, I'll share it in the group. So what I am trying to do is, I am trying to focus on the concepts. I'm trying to focus for you to have create some interest in the subject, so that it will be easy for you to read and understand. And once you understand it, you can answer the questions related to the concept. And all other questions about BEAR Act, you can straight away refer to the BEAR Act, because we'll be solving some question papers. You will understand how to refer BEAR Acts faster. Okay. Yeah. And somebody is asking something.
సార్ AIBE 19 మోడల్ పేపర్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారా సార్? తర్వాత చేస్తారా సార్?
చేద్దాం మనం అన్ని ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ కొంచెం అర్థమైన తర్వాత కదా. సో మీరు చదవండి ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ అర్థం చేసుకోండి. సో ఐ విల్ నాట్ గో త్రూ BEAR Acts like any other person. Just keep on explaining all those things which are important topics only. I will explain. Okay, if you are having any doubts, you can ask, so that I will explain those doubts. Okay, I will not explain what is there in the BEAR Act 1, BEAR Act 2, BEAR Act 3. Yeah.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ మధ్యలో ఏంటంటే క్లాజెస్ అవి చూడాలంటే ఎట్లా చూస్తాం సార్? వాటికి ఏమీ లేదు.
మనం చెక్ చేసేటప్పుడు నేను చెప్తాను. అది BEAR Act రిఫరింగ్, మనము క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ సాల్వ్ చేసేటప్పుడు BEAR Act ఎలా చూడాలో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. నేను కొంచెం స్లోగానే చేస్తాను, ఎందుకంటే అందరికి చూపెట్టుకుంటూ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తుంటాం కనుక మనము దాన్ని 30 seconds లోనే 20 seconds లోనే చెక్ చేసుకోవచ్చు BEAR Act లో తీసేసుకొని. సో BEAR Acts ని ఎలా ఆర్గనైజ్ చేసుకోవాలి, BEAR Acts ని ఎలా కరెక్ట్ గా పెట్టుకోవాలి, ఇవన్నీ we will work over the periods. అన్ని టెక్నిక్స్, మన స్ట్రాటజీస్, ఎగ్జామినేషన్ స్ట్రాటజీ ఎలా ఉండాలి అనేది we'll do that. Okay. So see, we are almost 600 దగ్గరకున్నారు, but around 50 people, 60 people only attending the classes. సో ఎందుకు అనేది నాకు తెలియదు. సెషన్ వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు, గ్రూప్ లో ఎందుకు ఉన్నారో నాకు తెలియదు. వాళ్ళకి అటెండ్ అవుతేనే కదా అర్థమవుతుంది. వాళ్ళకి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే క్లారిఫై చేసుకోగలుగుతారు. సో ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టు అటెండ్ ద క్లాసెస్, because it will be 1 hour. So we will be doing 2-3 sessions in a week. So 2 to 3 hours you have to use for this, and you have to read every day 2 to 3 hours for AIBE. Now onwards, as I told, meeru textbooks, you open your textbook, start reading your textbooks, graduation textbooks, then read some, immediately keep a BEAR Act next to it, relate it to BEAR Act, from which BEAR Act they are talking in the textbook, because textbook most of the time they go in a without referring to BEAR Act, they will go in a text manner. So try to relate it to the text BEAR Act also. So it will be easy for you. Now you got an idea why constitution is formed, what is the importance. అందుకే మీకు అర్థమైంది కదా ఇప్పుడు.
ఎస్ సార్ ఎస్ సార్
సో కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఎందుకు ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఏంటి, కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్
ఎస్ సార్
పవర్ ఏంటి అనేది
అర్థమైంది.
తెలుసు. ఓకే, కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ అని అందరూ ఎందుకు అంత గొడవ చేస్తారు ఇప్పుడు తెలుసు కదా. మన పార్లమెంట్ రన్ అవుతుంది అన్ని ఎవ్రీథింగ్, అందుకే కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ 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 పట్టుకుని తిరుగుతున్నారు అందరూ పొలిటీషియన్స్. ఓకే,
ఎస్ సార్.
ఆల్ థింగ్స్ రన్ ఆన్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఓన్లీ. మనం చేసేది క్రిమినల్ సివిల్ అనేది చిన్న పార్ట్ యాక్చువల్ గా మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ లో. వన్స్ యూ బికమ్ ఏ బెటర్ అడ్వకేట్ ఓవర్ ద పీరియడ్, once you go to high court, supreme court, you will use lot of constitution. In regular courts very little constitution reference is taken. Okay, where civil criminal practice లో కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ గురించి రిఫరెన్సెస్ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. మీరు ఒక 5 years 6 years 10 years ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసిన తర్వాత హైకోర్టుకి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ రిఫరెన్సెస్ ఎక్కువ వస్తాయి. ఎలక్షన్స్ లో కానీ, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ కోర్ట్స్ లో కానీ, ట్యాక్స్ ట్రిబ్యునల్స్ లో కానీ, ఇవన్నిట్లో కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ రిఫరెన్సెస్ ఎక్కువ వస్తాయి. ఓకే, సో కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఫౌండేషన్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో అందుకే మీకు ఫౌండేషన్ పైన ఎందుకు వచ్చింది కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ అనేది జ్యూరిస్ప్రుడెన్స్ చెప్పాను మీకు నేను. ఓకే, మీకు నెక్స్ట్ కొన్ని సెక్షన్స్ చెప్పినప్పుడు దాన్ని ఇంకొంచెం ఎక్కువ అర్థమవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఇది ఎందుకు ఉంది అనేది. ఓకే, సో ఐ విల్ ఎండ్ ద సెషన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. గుడ్ నైట్.
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్.
Thank you, sir.
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ సాటర్డే పెట్టుకుందాం మోస్ట్లీ.
ఓకే
ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.